Hey gamers, welcome back to another DSP video. That's right. We are going to be talking about DSP's opinion on the year-end series. It is no secret that I at least genuinely get interested in watching DSP's year-end series. I wouldn't say I unironically enjoy them or anything like that, but I do get some uh interest in seeing what he considers to be his most disappointing games or whatever. Uh but over the years, mostly like I want to say 2018, 2019, around the time when he started doing the countdown series as like he's talking to a camera and then he just plays clips. When he started doing that, I kind of felt like that the year-end series was on borrowed time. Uh because I just looked at this like there's no way this is feasible to really do for a guy like Phil who is very lazy, and that's kind of what happened. The quality just got worse and worse and worse. Uh, it went from making actual edited videos to then uh, downloading the videos and loading each video into a media source on OBS and then just clicking the eyeball or whatever on that source. Like that's what it became. And now it's just let's just go to the YouTube video and just kind of skim the video without any direction. Like there were multiple times in the past where he would just try to explain a game mechanic that didn't work or whatever and then be like, "Oh, I thought I had the clip that showed this. Oh, there it is," or whatever. Like there were a lot of instances like that, which is very funny because if you go to the earlier countdowns, you never hear that kind of commentary in the videos. I did a whole ass playlist of his entire year-end countdowns, the best that I could. It's very murky at the beginning because I think I also included the gaming moments, which isn't really like I don't know if these are year-end countdowns at the time or what. So I don't know how thorough or accurate it is. It was a pain to deal with, to be honest, because he did this thing where I think it was only for the game of the year countdowns, not the disappointing, where he would like have two extra videos where he would explain two contestants where they'd duke it out to be number one, and then like the winner of that fight would be the number one game. So he never really did a real honest this is my number two game of the year or whatever. He would just do, okay, we have these two games. These two games are competing to number one. Like it was very WWE-esque in that kind of way. And to his credit, it is kind of unique to a degree. I will give him that. However, it just makes his countdowns so god awful to look at. When you're so far removed from it. Like when I was making this playlist, I was like, okay, I got number three. Where's number two? I don't see number two. And then I would find these two parts. I'm like, oh my god, that's number two, and oh my god, and it was very annoying. I think he eventually stopped doing that, but it's very obvious why he did it, right? But that's what he used to do in the past, and then it just kind of stopped doing that, moving forward. So really, any creative vision he had is gone from these year-end series, and it just seems very bleak when it comes to where the direction that these are going, especially now that he's also describing stream attendance and stream perception or whatever to these games, which is very egregious. He never really did that in the earlier videos. I want to say the gateway drug, this slippery slope that led to this was honestly when I was running. I have a whole like all these videos on deck, by the way, so we're gonna like enjoy these a little bit. But I want to say it was Dragon Quest 11. I vaguely remember he specifically was talking about the audience during that video where he was complaining that they don't give RPGs a chance or whatever. The most that young DSP would do is talk about game journalists countdowns or whatever, which I would argue makes a little more sense than talking about how your audience perceived the playthrough. But once Dragon Quest 11 kind of like planted the seed of that, it just got worse from that, right? But let's go to the podcast that made me want to do this video. Enough of me like explaining my 2 cents, right? Because I do think that these year-end series have changed for the worst, and I'm not surprised that DSP is toying with the idea of just not doing them anymore. But let's get headphones and get to the main segment I want to do, right? All right. Let's fucking go.
The disappointing games countdown, okay? Put a lot of time and effort into that. I went through all the games for the year that I was interested in, in saying were disappointments to me.
This is so dumb. Listen to this.
Disappointing games countdown, okay?
Now, I will also like dog on this, right? The thumbnail. It's fucking AI. He just used Grok to generate this, and what is the best like symbolic gesture of laziness and just phoning it in using fucking AI? Like, why can't he just like find a cheap equivalent to Procreate on his little droid tablet he has and just mishmash like Google images and do something funny or whatever? Oh, that takes too much time. Like, come on. Like, this Grok 8 thumbnail is so ugly, and the colors are so saturated, and it's just not pleasant to look at. Like, you might as well just, like, put a turd on the thumbnail. Like, if you go to his previous thumbnails, do I have the playlist open? I don't. But, if you go to the playlist of all his year-end countdowns or whatever, the thumbnails were way better. And I just have to ask, how did he do them back then? Versus what he's doing now, right? Like, come on.
Okay. Put a lot of time and effort into that. I went through all the games for the year that I was interested in, in
saying time and effort, it is insane. It's kind of a crime, if you will.
Were disappointments to me. I had to think about what I wanted to say about each particular one. I had to get
dude. This is stuff that is what is it? A given when you're doing a countdown, dude. I'm gonna do a stream counting down this. Of course, you're gonna have to talk about why these games are disappointing. Like, it is the most like given thing ever, dude. You're doing a whole ass stream. Come on.
I had to get video clips of all of those together and set them all up. And I had to set up the stream with everything. And then we did.
I'm sorry. He cannot keep saying, I had to set up the stream. Dude, like, this is your job. That stream was gonna be set up anyway. He streams every day. And, like, it's to the point, he can't really say it's hard work to set up the stream. Like, you're doing this job every day. Like, it should be like muscle memory at this point. Like, it should get easier doing that. Like, come on. Come on.
We did it, and the stream didn't do good. It didn't. Okay? It was a lot of work, and it just didn't do well at all. The video...
It was a lot of work. It wasn't a lot of work. I'm sorry to say, it's not a lot of work for what he did. Like, maybe the hard part was to click to go to a source that had YouTube open, but he has been doing that like for like a year now, maybe even longer. Like he has done this before. Like he watched literal YouTube videos on his stream before. And he's acting as if like this is some like crazy thing. Like, dude, doing this video, I had a full screen like discussion segment, and then I switched to this source. Was that hard work? Should I say, guys, this video I worked very hard. I just did this, guys. Guys, get a load of this. Watch this. Whoa, dude, this is crazy. Whoa, YouTube mode. What do you see in this screen? Yeah, oh man. My face cam is fucked up. I kind of like this screen, honestly. Oh man, but I should not have the face cam here. Yeah, this is what I think when I would stream and I'd go away, I would like have YouTube be here. Because look how cool it's like you're actually in a room. You're like, oh dude, this is a gamer room. And those with with a good memory will remember this was the screen I used for Big Bun Game Club for a long ass time, and I retooled it, dude. But totally, it was such hard work, guys. I retooled this screen to be this. Dude, look how hard it is. I added another Jacko. I have Jacko on top of the TV, whispering to Dopros. Dude, this is hard. This was hard, guys. And then I had to take the YouTube thing and like angle it. Whoa, guys, calm down, everyone, calm down. This was hard work. You don't understand how hard it was. All right, I don't remember where I found that video. I think I made that I googled 90s gamer room or something. But that's all he did. That's all he did. Come on.
Video itself got about 2,800 views. Now, honestly, that's pretty good. For a video of mine to get 2,800 views in less than a week is actually good numbers for me. But it's just a lot of effort and work and taking away from gameplay streaming to...
It didn't... Okay. It didn't take away from gameplay. That's factually not true. Like, it's factually not true. He still streamed Pokemon the same day, same amount of time. He streamed Pokemon right after it. The streams before that were not affected by him by getting the YouTube videos set up for that. He streamed the same amount. To say it takes away is like me saying, guys, I don't even know. It's just dumb. You know it's dumb. He streamed the same amount anyways. What did it take away? Did he add like in the like he would actually cancel streams to do phantom taxes. Like he actually canceled a stream to get ready for the level 666 podcast. You know the podcast where he had to invent a lie about him snaking at the casino and all that stuff. He canceled the stream for that. He did not cancel a stream for this countdown. And he's like, guys, it took away from gameplay. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. How long was this, by the way? I think I have it as the last video. Oh, God. An hour and 38 minutes. Guys, you know, the podcast he does every day and the not podcast he does every day is about the same amount of time. Most of his podcasts are the same amount of time. The day he did this was a scheduled day for a podcast. This excuse of, it's taking time away from gameplay, whatever, it's complete bullshit. Like, this makes... Come on.
To do it, to not really have any impact, all right? You know, there was a time back in the day when I would do these series and they get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 views.
It's funny. He's like looking back at the old videos when factually, I'd argue he put more effort back then than he does now. Like, arguably. Like, the only issue I've ever had with his old reviews, his old countdowns, were randomly, like, the audio would pop, and he would kinda ramble, or whatever. But that's pretty much it. Like, it was pretty, like, par for the course kind of issues that anyone, I think, could have. But these latest countdowns have just been him, like, playing a video like, okay guys, so like when I streamed this, nobody really showed up. Like, come on.
So it would be worth the time and effort to go into it. It's just not really doing those numbers anymore. To be honest, it seems like the only people who were actually asking me to do the year-end series this year were my legacy viewers, people who've been around for a long time.
Now, I also want to bring this up. This is low-key kind of, I don't know if I would say contempt or anything like that, but it just shows how much he doesn't really care about his legacy viewers. And this is stuff that DSP complains when big game companies do this all the time. Oh, this game company lost their way. They're like fucking Capcom, right? Oh, Capcom, they lost their way. They made Street Fighter 6 and they didn't ask what the old FGC would want for this game, or whatever the fuck you would say about it. But now he's like, yeah, guys, this video didn't do so well. The mainstream audience did not pick it up and play and watch it. But my old school fan base watched it. But that's not successful. So then how the fuck is it bad, right, for Nintendo, Capcom, whatever, to try to have a wider audience, to try to get as many people to buy their games or whatever the fuck? That's bad. But when DSP does it, that's okay, guys. This dude has so many other videos that are doing well, right? And he's like, yeah, but this one video I upload that I only upload once a year didn't do so well. Huh? Why does that matter? It's one video. He's like, well, I don't get any, there's no motivation. Like, fuck off. And this is the guy that cries and bitches that game companies are not pleased with what I want in a game. They should listen to the gamers. And then even when they do listen to the gamers, guys, Capcom, they put a survey out for what their fans want for their games. Isn't that dumb? Like, this dude is insane. No consistency at all, or understanding of anything. Like, you could be against, let's say, you're against video games trying to please a wider market. I mean, that has been a talking point for a lot of people, whatever. You could be against that, but you could say in your own like, I don't know, honestly. Oh my god, who the fuck's calling? What? I don't know this number. Hold on, everyone. Guys, I worked so hard to pause the recording. Isn't that crazy? It was hard work, everyone. I mean, I'm busting my ass in this video as we speak. This is hard work, and so if you guys don't love this video, I don't know if I'm gonna continue this channel. Okay? This video is hard work.
Long time. Most other people were like, so what's the next game you're playing? Okay? So it may be, very well may be, that we're in a situation that...
Dude, he gets asked that every video. What's the next game you're playing? Does that mean they don't want the fucking game you're playing at that time? He's asked that so many times. This is just him trying to weasel out not doing these videos anymore. And this is like bare minimum. Oh my god, let's just listen to this.
Maybe the year-end series just don't make sense anymore.
why don't they make sense anymore? Dude, it's one video you do every year. And I want to also like highlight if you go back to his like earlier videos or countdowns, I kind of think he kept them roughly the same amount of parts. Like consistently, it was like 10 parts for a while. DSP oddly decided to expand on the countdown certain years. Like there were only he said there's only 8 game of the year choices, and then there was like 16 disappointing games. I'm like, why don't you just have it be top 10 and leave it at that? Why do you need to list top 16? Like, oh, whatever year it was that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot came out, like, he'd not even put that on his disappointing countdown that year. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, that should have been on the disappointing countdown. Instead, it was like, I want to say it was the year of Death Stranding, but I don't think it was that. But regardless, it wasn't on the countdown. I'm like, dude, this game was very disappointing. He didn't even want to touch it again. He didn't want to do the DLC that would deal with Dragon Ball Super, even though he kept typing doing that. All this stuff, because the game was disappointing. And guess what? He didn't count it. He simply just forgot it. But all these other fucking these countdowns get so long-winded, and it's like, I think you just need to leave it as top 10 and then just narrow it down. You don't need to expand on it. You don't need all this stuff. And it's like, even then, I wouldn't say narrowing it down to top 10 was gonna make it a viral sensation or whatever. But you're making a video for your own audience. And when the takeaway is that, well, my longtime fans liked it, but not the new fans, then then who are you making videos for? I thought he told us for years that he makes videos for his longtime fans and people who are new can also enjoy them, blah blah blah. He is like writing off a year-end series because the new viewers did not pick up on it. But it was such a half-assed way of him doing these videos. There was no hype behind this, and you know, arguably the thumbnail literally spoils the video. You like, especially when he says in the same video, there's no order to the videos, except for number 1. It's like, okay, so why even watch it? You could just look at this, at the thumbnail, and come to the conclusion of like what he thought was disappointing. And wait a minute, guys. I just realized this thumbnail is there is one lie. One character did not make. Actually, no, I'm wrong. The ninja that stabbed himself in the head was Askry Shadows. Everyone was saying it was Ninja Gaiden 4, but it was actually Askry Shadows. We all got felted. Because honestly, what's so funny about Askry Shadows, in my opinion, that game felt like it came out in 2023. No, 2024. I thought that game came out in 2024, but it came out in 2025. I totally forgot that game was a 2025 game. That's so funny.
You know what I mean?
You know
like maybe instead of doing it as a formal series where I sit here for hours streaming my top 10 games and my worst games of the year, whatever, maybe we just talk about it on a podcast. Maybe this is the year end.
Okay. I'm gonna like I did a video. I might have been my last video before this video. He literally hyped up this year-end series as a podcast. Like, that's why I even said in the video that he's changing the year-end series for the worst. And now he's like, I guess what it is, it'll just be a subject on the podcast. Motherfucker, you said that's what this was. Oh my god. This dude is like insanely, like, he's a goldfish. He's a goldfish. Goldfish pilled.
Year-end recap podcast. And on that show, I tell you my favorite games of the year. I tell you my most disappointing games of the year. It's just a podcast episode. You know? I definitely think that
he said, oh my god, this is all over the place because he said that uh that this is going to be a podcast episode that we do the disappointing game countdowns and all this stuff. It flopped. He then said after that, I guess this works as a stream on its own, and it should not be crammed in into the beginning of a stream, or blah blah blah. It should be its own stream because he backpedaled on doing that very thing he's describing. And now he's like, I guess it'll just be a segment of the podcast. Dude, you said that's what the disappointing game countdown was, and then said it didn't work and it should be its own stream. Because that's why the Game of the Year countdown and DSP Tries It countdown got delayed to the end of the month. Because it is now going to be its own standalone stream. Now he's saying it's going to be a segment on his podcast. Like, this is such a complete de-evolution of a series that I've seen in real time. And it's not even, and the de-evolution is just out of sheer laziness. And refusal to do any work for the fucking business. This is his job. And he's like, I don't want to stay late editing videos. But I thought this was your job, Philip. Oh, I gotta hang out with Kat. Like, it's so... I've said this before, because it's really annoying to hear this guy talk about how he wants to spend time with his wife. And you can argue about what he does in his actual free time or whatever. But there's 365 days in a year. Like, he could take the extra time and edit a video. Like, he's acting as if that people are asking him to do, like, editing every single day, every waking moment, and telling Kat to shut up and stay in the kitchen. Like, nobody is saying that. Like, this is your job. Does Kat tell her job, boss, I need to go home and spend time with my husband. I want to spend time with my husband, okay? That's more important than working this 9-to-5 job. Of course not. But he doesn't want to do that for his job. At all. But he keeps saying, oh, I'm busting my ass doing this. But the stuff he's doing is the same shit he's been doing anyway. Like, he kept telling us how he lost gameplay time doing the disappointing countdown. He didn't! He factually didn't! It was the same amount. This is complete lunacy.
I think that might be one of the things that I do now, because putting all this time and effort into it, it's not paying off anymore. It doesn't seem like that many people care. All right.
But again, when a studio says, well, nobody seems to care about this thing, we're going to turn to the main audience, or we're going to try to modernize or whatever the franchise so more people can get in. He's like, oh, they lost their way, it's stupid, terrible. But when his content doesn't do well because it's only pleasing the longtime fans, it's okay for him to modernize his content, right? Like, come on. But he has no vision, no backbone into what he puts out. Like, this issue with his content is so long-standing. It's, like, insane how there is no passion. The only thing he could even argue would be the thumbnails. But the thumbnails, it's like such an afterthought to the point where I don't even think any content creator really puts any meaningful effort to them. Like, Moist Critical doesn't even do thumbnails for his fucking videos. Like, every thumbnail is literally just him, like, doing this. Or whatever. Like, it's literally just him in his, like, fucking room.
Notably, I told you guys that I still want to do my Game of the Year awards, and I also want to do kind of the best episodes of DSP Tries It from last year, because we did it so often. And I was thinking, okay, well, we'll do it, but I don't want to do it this week. I just want to focus on games. And now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do it.
Oh, so he lied. He said he delayed it because, oh, well, you guys showed me you didn't want the countdowns to be, like, in the beginning of gameplay or whatever the fuck. But now it's just straight up, I just didn't want to do it this week. This dude is pure laziness. Laziness incarnate.
You know, because again, that's a lot of effort putting all the videos together and getting it all into a setup where I can stream it or whatever. I'm like, is anyone gonna care?
Dude, you have set this up thousands of times. And dude, it's not even that hard. I don't understand how hard it is. First off, see how I have like the YouTube fucking source open, right? Look, I go to another tab. Oh, this is Game of the Year 2009 Part 1. And he's like, guys, this is so hard. It's so hard. You could do this the day of. That's how easy it is. The only reason for me, it took me a while to set up this video behind the scenes, is literally because I was debating, because I have a lot of videos. I don't know if I'm going to watch all of them, to be honest. You know, whatever. But I'm just going to do like a whatever kind of vibe check on them, right?
Or is it just gonna be a dead stream? You know? So maybe we just do it as like maybe later this month on a podcast, maybe next week or the week after. It'll be DSP's Game of the Year Awards on the Level 1 podcast.
Oh my god, dude, this is like driving me up a wall. It's like listening to him say he's gonna do the same thing he said he was going to do. Like, I don't even want to be bothered because I didn't think about this part. I'll bring up the previous podcast where he talked about doing this in the podcast. But he did. It's literally in my video. I did a video like that. Like, it's so dumb how he went all around like a madman. Yeah, I'm gonna do the countdowns on the podcast. It's gonna be different. You know what? We're gonna do that. Fuck it. I'm gonna like go to my channel. Diego's vids. That's right. Let's see. New Year, new pig roach. Is that? I don't think that's the video. Yeah, here we go. I forgot the. I think the Derek shit is like. Hey, gamers! Welcome back to another DSP video. Whatever, burnout, blah blah blah. But he spent the summer
With the trends, I'm going to have to figure out how to do things properly, but also I have to figure out what are the games.
Look, he only said it's a lot of games because there's a lot of I don't know how often
In a day, in a given month, there'd be 5 to 10 games tops that were big games.
how DSP talks. He should really go back to school, I guess. Doesn't refund any game. At the time, respecting the game that other games come from.
Yeah, I can play a new game for $20 and get
Player,
passion coming through when I go to play Assassin's Creed Shadow. People fear change.
People fear change. Yeah, you say. Wait, is that what it
Smaller
is?
scale games, more games that.
What happened to Hollow Knight? Remember we was gonna play. Oh yeah, remember Hollow Knight? Just so he could bitch about his fucking streams. It's really funny.
Buys it.
And then magically that award gave
And or worst of DSP tries. Episode coming up in January. That's the most
for the disappointed game schedule. They'll do the game segments. Now I
do them as part of the Level 1 podcast.
Oh look!
I think I want to do my year-end series a little differently. Okay, well, what do I mean by that? I still want to do them, but I actually think I want to do them as part of the Level 1 podcast.
He wanted to do them as part of the Level 1 podcast. That's what he said. Now, I don't have the other clip where he says that how it didn't work or whatever the fuck, but he literally hyped up doing them as part of the Level 1 podcast. You fast forward to when he did them. Then after, I guess you didn't want them to be part of the Level 1 podcast. I think we're gonna do them as separate streams. And now, we're back. We are back to saying they're gonna be part of the Level 1 podcast. What was the entire point? Like, it is so insane that this dude is just repackaging fucking food. Like, dude, if he ran a restaurant, he'd literally give you like last year's food or whatever. Like, or say, guys, we're gonna have a new dish on the menu, a hamburger with chili lettuce. I don't know, whatever. And then everyone eats it. Does it's not a seller? Like, oh, I guess you guys didn't want this hamburger. Okay, well, guys, we're gonna do the hamburger with chili lettuce part two, or no, just the same fucking food again, and then expect different results. Like, what was the point? You said you just said it didn't work, but you did this as part of the Level 1 podcast. You hyped it up as that. Like, oh my god.
And all I do is I run through the 10 games that I thought were the best, and I tell you each one and why I liked it, and then we go from there. Okay? And then I don't have to put together all the videos. I don't have to do all that.
I guess maybe what he meant is that, okay, two theories. One is that he was always gonna do the video clip thing, but now he's saying that he's gonna be part of the Level 1 podcast, but there's gonna be 0 clips, like, at all. Which, okay. Or maybe what happened was when he was getting ready for this, he started having like cold feet about actually doing it. So he kind of did a compromise where he did a genuine like countdown video in place of a podcast, but it wasn't what he said it was gonna be. I don't know. I just think it's just straight up. He's just saying that he's just not gonna do any edits because I don't think DSP knows how to talk or explain anything, because he could have just I guess that's what he meant. I had to infer that by listening to later on where he kind of said, I guess I'm not gonna set anything up. But at that point, what is the difference, right? Than what he did for the disappointing games. Think about it. Think about it. He just opened a YouTube tab to show the disappointing games. That is all he did. So what's any different from him just doing that for this? It's literally the same amount of effort. This is why, like, when I hear DC talk about, like, oh, it's such hard work, and it's, like, easy slop level shit, it just makes me, like, angry. Like, this is why people get mad and why people call DSP lazy. And nobody takes him seriously when he says it's such hard work to do what he does. Because, like, once you understand how he does something, it's like, this isn't hard work.
I just go through a top 10, and that's it. Because the days of me being an on-demand content creator, making these kind of videos, are long gone. I'm a live streamer now. Like, this is where I'm...
But he hasn't edited videos for this at all. That has never happened.
Prominent. This is where I get attention and engagement. It's not the on-demand videos. Like, even if you look at this video, it's got like maybe a...
So then why are we looking at on-demand video views? This whole segment was him talking about the views he got on demand, and he bases a lot of stuff off of that. Splatoon 3 was one of the games he killed off because of on-demand views.
Maybe 100 likes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not... There's no traction there for the channel. Okay? Just being honest. So maybe I don't work on it like that.
Right?
We'll see. I'm going to think about it in the next week or two. Okay? But anyway, so we've got that, and I just wanted to highlight that because, sadly, with all the work I put into it, I was hoping it was going to do well, and sadly, it just really hasn't in perspective. Okay?
Again, who are you making content for? Your fans that like your content, or randoms that may not even stick around? The year-end series, I would argue, is not as... These aren't videos or series that would attract new viewers to anyone's channel. It may get people who are new to the channel to watch them, but they're not gonna, like, go there initially. I kind of think that these year-end videos, these Game of the Year stuff, is for people who like the content creator or video maker or whatever. Because you're curious as to what their opinion is. But whatever, okay.
Okay. So looking at all the stuff that I've done this week.
All right. We're gonna go back.
It's DSP's Game of the Year
Let's just go
Awards
through some of this.
2009. Top 10 Best Games of the Year. Alright, this is it.
All right.
I'm finally going to reveal my pick for Game of the Year. But first, let's recap the rest of the top 10.
Oh my god, we're not listening to the recap. We're not listening to the recap. No.
Things that you've probably never done in a first-person shooter before, and it really adds to the entertainment value of the campaign. In addition, you have a robust multiplayer mode with multiple game types, a new third-person mode, and basically amazing replay value. And then, what a lot of people don't even talk about is the Spec Ops cooperative play mode. So for $60, that's a hell of a lot of content, and to be completely honest, Uncharted 2, yeah, I loved it, but I pretty much treated it like a Hollywood movie. I watched it once through, liked it a lot, keep this game and be playing it for months on end. So obviously the game with the overall best value needs to be given the Game of the Year.
The only crime DSP does in these old videos is honestly talk a lot about the price and the amount of content in the game. That is the one running theme with a lot of his old countdowns, is literally talking about the amount of content for the price, which persists all the way through current day, by the way, which I understand. You know, you buy something, you want the most out of it, so it's not like a far out unrealistic thing to talk about. But like, he has not talked about, oh guys, when I did this video, people seemed to really like it, or they didn't show up.
The Year Award for 2009, and that's why Modern Warfare 2 is my pick. And now, the quote of the year actually comes from Modern Warfare 2, with a little bit of a mini speech that Captain Price
Quote of the year.
Check
this
it out.
This is a good segment, by the way.
Record. History is written by the victor.
Huh.
History is filled with liars.
Price.
If he
Price.
lives and we die,
Is it Christ or
his
Price?
truth becomes written and ours is lost. Shepard will be a hero, because all you need to change the world is one good lie and a river of blood.
He's right.
About to complete the greatest trick a liar ever played on history. His truth will be the truth, but only if he lives and we die.
So my quick analysis of what Price is saying here is basically that in war, there is no...
Look how, like, dude, this is low-key kind of irrelevant, in my opinion, because this is a Game of the Year countdown. You're talking about why you like this game, and now he's analyzing a quote. Quick question. Has DSP ever done this in any fucking game recently? No!
no good side or bad side. It's just people trying to stand up for what they believe
so,
in,
oh my God,
to
the
defend
music.
their way of life, and to make sure that their culture can basically survive. And sometimes ideologies and cultures clash, and we end up going to war, which is pretty much what happens in Modern Warfare 2. And so what Price is saying is really the winner of the combat gets to write history and basically form it to say whatever they really want. And as a soldier, every fiber in his being makes him understand that he cannot allow that to happen, that he has to be the victor so that the truth of what actually happened can be told. Going along with that, I think really the message that comes through at the end
But what
of
if
the
he's a
game
liar too?
is that a real soldier never backs down, never gives up, and never basically stops fighting for what they believe in. And that's one hell of a message to have come through in the Game of the Year.
Oh man.
So
he kind of makes it sound like fucking propaganda if you think about it. If you really want to take it that far, you could actually make it sound like a big propaganda. I mean, Call of Duty is basically propaganda if you want to really be that guy, dude.
2009 has certainly been a great year for gaming.
But he has not.
Blockbusters
He has not analyzed anything in any other story he has played. Like that to me, I think is kind of funny. Out of all the games from having introspection on, it's fucking Call of Duty.
Basically either lived up to expectations or so kind of hit us by surprise, and I'm hoping that 2010 ends up being just as good of a year. And with the lineup that I see, you know, the major game.
Wow, this is like really positive, dude. Let's move on to the next video.
Batman Arkham City was hundreds of hours long. You would get bored, you'd think it's repetitive, and also, let's face it, Batman is a licensed
See, again,
game. You
we
have
are
very
talking about
limited
amounts of
limitations with what
content.
you can do with that. You can't make new characters for the game.
Amounts
So
of
you're using
content.
the classic Batman characters, and Batman Arkham City does use the vast majority of the major Batman villains.
And this is the other issue DSP falls into, especially in the I guess in these videos. We were talking about Skyrim. He did talk about the game a lot before this, to be really fair. But he just talks about Batman, and it's like, dude, you're talking about this.
But when it comes down to it, like I said, bang for your buck.
Bang for
you
your
will
buck.
Get more gameplay out of Skyrim. So
Again, it's so funny that a lot of these like countdowns boil down to bang for your buck, not the quality of the game. I mean, he did like Skyrim, I guess, but I mean, I just think it's so funny that this video he really doubles down on bang for your buck, because he hypes this up, but like you go further in, he starts talking about bang for your buck pretty quickly, and then just sticks on that. Like, that is all he talks about. Alright, now let's listen to why Destiny sucks ass.
Disappointing game of 2014 by far is Destiny. Man, I don't think there's ever been a game that's fit more the definition of
And I've
overpromise.
also said this in the past. A lot of his old videos, DSP sounds way more coherent and like succinct or whatever than how he sounds now. Because now it's just, alright guys, let's talk about Destiny. Destiny came out, it was made by Bungie. Now if you don't know, Bungie used to make Halo. Actually, even before that, they made Marathon. Remember Marathon? Yeah, that was on, I want to say, Apple computers. Then they made Halo, okay? And Halo changed the world. And then Xbox came out, and then they were like, Halo 2! And now you can dual wield. It was a huge deal. And now we hear that Bungie isn't doing Halo anymore, and they like he would give you a whole origin story.
Promise, overhype, and underdeliver than Destiny. For a game that in its own marketing campaign promises some kind of a unique gameplay experience that's going to change you and give you some kind of a feeling. I think the way that they explained it was it's not a game, it's an experience. What kind of an experience is it? Because it's boring. There's nothing unique about Destiny at all. For a game that says that it's supposed to be the next outing from famed game developer Bungie, who made all the Halo games, that's pretty much what it is. It's the gameplay of Halo combined with the looter-shooter cooperative gameplay of Borderlands. Period. There's nothing else unique about this game at all.
So funny.
There's so many gameplay elements that were in the game that were never properly implemented, such as the dirt bikes or jet bikes that never really get used besides quick travel across the planets, the limited amount of planets, the limited amount of instances, the fact that you can beat the entire game within 10 hours, and then it's just about repetitive grinding gameplay for the very, very low chance of pulling limited amount of planets, the limited amount of instances, the fact that you can beat the entire game within 10 hours, and then it's just about repetitive grinding gameplay for the very, very low chance of
like like that's as many like errors he would have in these videos. That then like you can watch them, you'll hear it. Oh my god, who the fuck's calling? An 800 service. Talk to the voicemail, dude. Jeez, I'm busy here. I'm talking over here. Alright, let's continue.
Of pulling a unique piece of loot that really doesn't matter because it just leads to more repetitive and boring gameplay. I don't know what else I could say about this besides it is one of the most overhyped and disappointing games of recent memory, if not the entire time that I've ever played video games. And the fact that so many people, because of the multi-million-dollar marketing budget, not because of the game itself, went out and bought the game and I bought into the hype and I play it with my friends and I'm still playing it. I've played it for 4 months, I'm still playing it. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Stop. Open your eyes and realize that there are other games way better than this game this year. How about the original Borderlands? That was much better.
Yeah, as I said, the only ongoing issue you would have is that he would just start talking about other games in this countdown. So
looter shooter gameplay saw, or the fact that even the enemies of the game are literally stolen from well-known sci-fi themes. You've got your technological robots that kind of like are nanotechnology, and then you've got your bug-like aliens, you know, like the Zerg. And it's funny because even one of the aliens looks like an alien from the shooter game Area 51 from the 1990s. It looks like they literally lifted it from that game. It's a joke. The game is terrible. It's so overhyped, but there's unfortunately a large group of people who aren't into doing research and don't realize that it is such a poor game compared to what else is out there. Destiny, by far, for the amount of money that was put into the game development, for the amount of money that was put into the advertisement campaign, in fact, to this day, I still see ads for Destiny on TV, which is insane when you realize the game is 4 months old now. And the fact that people are just still kind of like...
Yeah, see, so, like, he at least is explaining why the game is boring and all that shit, right?
Back to the top 20 most disappointing games.
Wait. Let's see, No Man's Sky. Oh, wow, Wait, what? Street Fighter 5? Okay, let's just, Oh, man. Okay, we're gonna listen to... Wow, talk about effort. Talk about effort.
Only had online versus, offline versus, and a very basic kind of story mode, and that was it.
Tiger
It didn't
Power
have
shouts
any kind
out.
of formal challenges. It didn't have
Remember
any
Nikali?
kind of an in-depth level
when
tutorial.
will Nikali
ending
come
for the
back?
characters, which is exactly
What are they
you
gonna
would
do
want
with him?
from a brand
He
new
has a
game in
big
the
fucking
franchise.
V on his
Hell,
face. I don't think
didn't
that
even have
matters,
online
but
lobbies
what are they gonna
for
do with him?
multiplayer. This game was released incredibly
I'm just thinking about
bare
Nikali
bones.
now. What
And
about
boy, was
Nikali?
there a backlash when in February of 2016,
Bring
people
back
who had
Nikali.
bought Street Fighter 4 and had all of that stuff at launch, paid the same amount
got
of
it. They can have, like,
dollars
V,
for this one,
and then,
only
like,
to
on his
find
chest
out
have an
all of
eye.
that content was sorely lacking. Not everyone buys fighting games for the competitive side, and anyone who wanted to play Street Fighter 5 and not play it at a competitive tournament level found themselves was sorely lacking. Not everyone buys fighting games for the competitive side. Launch, paid the same amount of retail dollars for this.
Okay, that was actually a call I needed to take. Okay, guys, can you believe that? It was an actual call this time. Alright, let's keep going.
For this one, only to find out all of that content was sorely lacking. Not everyone buys fighting games for the competitive side, and anyone who wanted to play Street Fighter 5 and not play it at a competitive tournament level found themselves incredibly underwhelmed during the first few months of its release. Now, in addition, the netcode of Street Fighter V at first was non-functional. The game not only didn't have much single-player content, but then when you actually went to play it online for the first couple of weeks, it was impossible to get matches. The connections were absolutely terrible. You would disconnect. It was an absolute laughingstock, and there were even rumors across the internet that Capcom had only hired one person to actually work on the netcode of the game, which is unfathomable for a game that's supposed to be a AAA game release. Now, in Capcom's defense, as the year...
But what's kind of... Okay, I will say, this is a tiny bit... what's it called? Not really fair, whatever, genuine, whatever, because this was him just trying so hard to be a edited video channel. This was back when KO Gaming, he was trying to make KO Gaming a thing. And of course, is this another...
year past...
Another... clip of him playing against Tiger Powered. Another one. Dude, this is gonna be the modern era Rambo at this point, where people are gonna be like, oh dude, I miss when Tiger Power used to be in videos. Oh, okay, let's move on.
And this is it. This
is it.
Entertaining to me. If you skipped Watch Dogs 2, you missed out. I definitely recommend you check it out now, because you really are missing out on an experience that is so improved over the original. A game developer that listened and learned from its mistakes. Definitely check it out if you haven't. And now on to my second best game of 2016, Dark Souls 3. Yes, the game that was the penultimate climax of the Souls franchise and the final game in the Dark Souls series. Did everything pretty much right. Having the widest variety of weapons and gameplay styles yet, having amazingly detailed graphics, having a wide variety of locations, hidden content, an awesome soundtrack, pretty much everything
But
you would want from
this does run into my issue, my personal issue. When you watch anyone talk about their game of the year or whatever, you want to know why they liked it. Like you want to know like what made the game click with them. Like I talk about Hades 2 a lot, and it's for good reason. I really enjoyed the game. It is a lot of fun. I loved the story, even though there's flaws in it, but I love the art style, love the music, love the gameplay. Like everything just really clicked with me with this game. Like I just kept thinking about this game and I kept wanting to go back to it. But then you look at DSP and it's just straight up like reporter mode, journalist mode, where it's like this game has maps, weapons, like just shit like that.
From a Souls game is exactly what you got in Dark Souls 3. In fact, the only real major complaints I've heard about this game is that the most hardcore
And
players think
we
that it
are
might have been
now talking like you go to the other ones. Did he even like bring that up? Like he talked about Street Fighter 5 and it was his own experience as to why it was bad. Oh yeah, like launch mode was bad, launch date was bad, whatever. This is like, okay guys, yeah, look dude, like it's really oof.
might have been a little bit too easy compared to the other games in the franchise, but you know what? That's to be expected when you're the third iteration. You're trying to be appealing to a wider audience, and I think that in a lot of ways, Dark Souls 3 does have a few kind of easier crutches for people to jump into the series for the first time, especially if maybe the first game they've ever played from Software was
And now
Bloodborne.
he's defending this game for being easier. Because he wants to defend his own ego, dude. But like this aspect of it, I will argue that it got worse. Because he did kind of talk about it like with Destiny, like, oh, people bought Destiny and they didn't know what they were getting. But this is like, it's really funny. The more I'm like looking at this, so many things are like innocent, innocuous little things that over the years got worse and worse and worse.
Ultimately, the game that I felt was the worst game and the most disappointing game of 2017 by far, Mass Effect Andromeda. And I'm sure that many of you are going to feel the same way, especially if you were a very long-time fan of the Mass Effect franchise, you played the original trilogy, you loved it as much as I did, and you waited with heated anticipation and bated breath for the release of the new game series that was going to continue on the franchise, only to get this. Oh my god, what happened here? First of all, the animations. The characters in this game at launch looked absolutely god-awful terrible. The facial animations looked hideous. The character, it just looked like it was amateur hour. Like they had an animations team that had never made a game before, and this was their first outing. And if that's the case, well, they actually did a pretty good job. But for something you would expect from a AAA franchise like Mass Effect, it was sad that the original trilogy looked much better than what
It's kind of funny that he's saying this, and then you look at the face cam Phil, and he's like having a blast. He's like he's smiling, he's clowning around.
Out this year in Mass Effect Andromeda. Number 2, the gameplay. First of all, a game that had a ton of side content, which is good. Problem being, the majority of it was incredibly boring.
I do think that this is a thing out of necessity. Because he's not on camera or anything. This was an edited video too, I think. DSP literally had to edit this. So he had an easier time. Like, it's almost... You know what? I'm gonna say it, dude. I'm gonna say it. He said in the past that editing is easy. Editing videos is easy. No, wait, shit. Yeah, he said... streaming is the hard part. Streaming is way harder than editing video. It is, real talk. That's what DSP said. And then after that, he never edited again. I thought editing was easy, dude. And arguably, it technically is, in his case. But he's like, the gameplay. Okay, just put gameplay up. It doesn't matter what, just put gameplay up. Like, it is easy when it comes to that.
able to now wander these open world planets much like you were able to do in Mass Effect 1, but instead having them be open world side questing and
I just saw
content
Ket.
with repetitive combat rather than just resource gathering was an interesting change. Ultimately, though, it just was a waste of time. It was ultimately boring. You did the same thing over and over and over, and never did you actually feel that what you were doing in the game was worthwhile whatsoever. It just seemed like an ultimate waste of time, especially if you're grinding on a planet for 10, 20, 30 hours just to find out really you didn't gain anything worth it. You should have just went on to the next planet and continued the story, because then you would have been a lot more interested and occupied. And then there's the combat.
The music is using
Oh my
actually
God,
makes
the
sense.
combat.
For once.
How do you go backward instead of forward when you continue a franchise? I just don't understand it. The thing that made the Mass Effect combat engine evolve and get better
And
over time
combat
was the new
engine.
additions. Remember when they added in the ability to do amazing co-op capabilities, control the other characters, and have them move around and attack from different directions, and then you could all do double team and triple team biometrics and the like? Guess what? None of that exists. They took it all out. You can only control yourself. So literally, even if you have a full team of 3 characters, you're only ever doing generic third-person
I'm gonna be honest.
gameplay.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Let's be honest here. Despite the meme videos, this doesn't look all that bad in hindsight. I mean, it's not a great game, to be honest. I mean, it didn't stand the test of time since nobody talks about this game.
While you pray and hope that your teammates will
But I never
actually
really
fucking
liked
do
Mass
something
Effect, to be
worthwhile.
honest. It's some-
Why
you know.
on earth did they go backward with the combat? It makes the game far worse and more difficult than it needs to be. How do you take something that's great and take out elements that made it better? I just don't understand what the hell they were thinking with this game.
Yeah, see, already succinct, and like, look, again, he didn't even, we went through, like, what? A couple of minutes, oh man, he talked about Need for Speed, I forgot about that game, but he talked about Mass Effect, and he didn't talk about, guys, people in my audience were bored. They wanted to
All right, ladies and
go to
gentlemen.
sleep.
Dark Side Phil.
Now we are doing, this is when he switched it up. Now this is when he has, like, the video sources in OBS, as he would, like, talk about them.
And welcome to my most disappointing games of 2018 countdown. Now this year I'm doing things completely differently. Up to now in my 10 years
we're
of
just
history as a
gonna,
content creator on the internet, I've always done these series as offline edited stuff. Bother going back to ever play it again. So pretty disappointing. From another game developer, much like the same people who made We Happy Few. This game studio was also bought out by Microsoft this year. So it's kind of funny. We're talking about all these Microsoft exclusives that ended up being really disappointing. You know, We Happy Few, State of Decay 2, and then Microsoft ended up buying those game studios, even though their games were lackluster and shitty and not very good this year. So it's funny because all this year, Microsoft was touting, we've bought all these game studios, we're going to have all these great first-party games. Like, but wait a minute, the game studios you bought put out terrible games this year. So what confidence does this give me that if I buy an Xbox One, that in the next few years there's going to be good games? It actually doesn't. It actually does the complete and utter opposite for me. So, State of Decay 2, really disappointing. Should have been a lot better, and it's a shame that it was as bad as it was, and that they went down the pure co-op route rather than, you know, sticking to what made their first game good. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't it make a 30 game? Take a sip. Oh, dude,
So-
Chestnut. Shouts out to Chestnut.
Why can't we be friends?
You never
serious?
see
Why
him
Microsoft
again.
Isn't exclusive such crap compared to Sony? That's what I mean. Like, look at this list so far on.
Look
this
at the list.
Okay. 2, 3. 3 of the games on my list actually are primarily like Xbox experiences or Xbox exclusives, and they're all bad. Like, and those are the major ones for this year, right?
Right?
I don't know. So now it's funny because now we're gonna go to number 1. Gee, I wonder what the number 1 most disappointing game of 2018 could be. Disappointed. Sea of Thieves. Yeah, again,
Thieves.
another Microsoft exclusive title. At this point, some of the viewers may be saying that I'm
Top
just an
tip,
Xbox
this
hater
smooth
or a
brain
Microsoft
stream.
hater. I'm not. I'm just being honest here. Almost every single game that Microsoft put out this
man.
year that was an exclusive was terrible. Sea of Thieves.
I kind of
the
want to
ultimate
watch the
disappointment
video and hear him
because
shout that
Microsoft
out.
put
Shouts
so
out
much
to
time
the
and effort
$6
promoting
tip,
this
this
game over the
smooth
past
brain
2 years.
stream.
Every E3, we got a big update.
about Sea of Thieves. And every year, this is the big one, guys. This is the one that's going to change gaming. Oh my god.
Oh my
Xbox
god.
One. Albeit the game has very clear, the camera isn't even consistent in what it shows you on the screen. Sometimes the camera's behind you, sometimes it ends up moving in the wrong direction.
Yeah, see, I'm just jumping around at this point. But, like, it's all just talking about the gameplay. Okay, this part we have to listen to. Listen up, guys.
Akira Toriyama, the well-renowned, world-renowned artist behind franchises such as the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, adding his, his artwork and art style to the game. He always has. Dragon Quest has always been Akira Toriyama art. So
Always.
Seeing that now in a modern game with modernized graphics on the PS4 Pro, taking those characters from the franchise, put into full 3D, modern 3D with cool shading and graphics or whatever.
Graphics or whatever.
Beautiful things you see in the open world environment. Of
Graphics or
really
whatever.
Awesome. The turn-based combat, exactly what I'm looking for in a classic style JRPG. I like that you can use strategy to have certain characters have to buff each other.
Dude, I just think about the drums.
Support each other.
Not the drums, the trumpets in this game.
Dealers, the healers,
I don't remember the music, but I just remember hearing it.
Support-style characters. I love that about the game. The wide variety of characters in the game. It's not just a game where you get 4 characters for the whole game and that's it. In fact, party members are constantly joining and leaving, and then later on, you actually get a surprise party member who I won't spoil, but a very big surprise party member who I never expected would ever join the party, which is really neat. The amount of content in the game, it's funny because you get through the game and you think the game's over, and then the game completely flips on its head and has a second half that's completely unexpected.
But isn't that every JRPG? Persona 5 did that too.
And then, once you beat the main story of the game, which takes roughly 40 hours, then there's post-game content, alright? And post-game content in the game, it amounts to another 20 to 40 hours, depending on how much time you put into it. And it's basically a totally different plot line. So basically, it's a what-if scenario. What if you could go back and fix all the things that went wrong during the main 40-hour plot line of the game? Would you like to do that? Of course I would. So then you go back and you play for another 20 to 30 hours.
Of course I would. Did he do that?
There's an incredible amount of side content in this game. Side missions, optional bosses, challenges, side game, mini games, and the like. There's tons of collectibles to find. Basically, again, everything
Jade
in a JRPG is present in Dragon Quest XI.
How could I forget
except for action-based
Please have let go.
That's like the one major shortcoming that Dragon Quest XI doesn't have is action-based combat. And you might say, well,
oh my god, dude,
modern
do the snorts.
Combat. That's like the one major shortcoming that Dragon Quest XI doesn't have is action-based combat. And you might say, well, modern RPGs should all be action-based. I completely disagree. I'm a person who grew up in the 1990s playing turn-based games. I like turn-based JRPG combat. And so for me, to play after playing Ni no Kuni 2 earlier this year, that was a game that originally was turn-based combat, and then they decided to change it into, action-based combat. I think that was a huge mistake, because the combat for me ended up being boring and grindy. Just run in, mash buttons, you're done against each other. Who's the better magic? You actually did have outstanding artwork. 20 to 30 hours for a completely optional,
glazing the
but
fuck
very
out of
welcome
this game.
secondary story. Everything about this game hits it on all cylinders for me for a JRPG. If anything, the one criticism that a lot of people had was the music. The music is not like full orchestral soundtrack. In fact, what it is throwback music to the classic music from previous
I don't
Dragon
remember
Quest
anyone
games,
complaining about the
kind of
music.
remixed, but it's kind of very old and outdated.
Maybe
I get that, okay.
Trolls, dude.
And I understand why for some people maybe.
Okay.
But
by the way, it's kind of unfair. He's bitching about the music, people. I understand that much a throwback, but this dude literally bitched about other games not having orchestrated soundtracks. I don't want to hear him glaze up a fucking throwback album when he has shat on throwback music in the past.
But outside of that, everything else in this game was outstanding for me, and it's actually my number 2 favorite game of the year. And honestly, if you look at all the games I played in 2018, Dragon Quest XI is the game I played the most in 2018 that was not a multiplayer game. As for, a single player
style game. I played it longer than
Right,
any other
okay.
game this year. That's a testament
This
to how much I actually
this
like
part
the
makes
game,
sense.
and that's an awesome thing. All right.
Oh,
So a few shout outs to do before we
I thought he talked more about it. Did I like piggyback myself on this? I swear he talked about like his audience.
competitive. It's too old.
Oh, here we go.
It's a game that a lot of holy shit, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one because it's definitely a game that a lot of people didn't play. It's a game that a lot of people say, oh, that game's boring. That game's not fun. That game's just a grind. It's repetitive. It's too old. It's not modernized enough. Look, the combat is turn-based combat.
Oh my god, you could hear the jowl shake he does. Dude, this dude is something
Handle that,
else.
right? That's how a lot of people
Right?
are.
A lot of people
You know,
are.
and I hate to say it.
They all shake their jowls.
You know, there's some people who are just so close-minded, they won't give anything a shot. Dragon Quest 11 for me.
I just love. This is Game of the Year 2018. See, this is what I mean. This is the little seed that got that like trickled in that just grew into a toxic tree. Starts off saying people don't respect it. People are saying it's boring.
Like, literally hit it on all fronts. Franchises such as the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So he just spent a lot of time complaining about his audience, and then like you go to like modern day. I'm just gonna wrap it up. I don't think we need to go through all of this. I did a whole stream watching all of them. But like he talks about Mario Kart, and it's just
Quality over quantity.
look
I
at this
understand
dude.
that there is an open world in Mario Kart or a new
He
customization.
complains about the open
Then it would
world.
be worth it.
Right. Oh my god.
Most people never use this open world for anything. It's a waste. They just, between matches, they just
And then he talks about online. Doesn't show the online. Doesn't show it. The other videos at least showed what he wanted to show you. Like, even the, come on now, dog. But this has always been an
did
issue.
in 2024. Are you ready?
You
Need a
ready?
drum roll? Here it comes. It was a given. I think everyone kind of knew this from the start. That first of all
Okay.
is completely the atmosphere of the game, yet retains the same kind of classic gameplay style from the original. Honestly, the best way that I can really explain this game of why I like it so much. So, do you remember many years ago we had Resident Evil 2 Remake? When Resident Evil 2 Remake, maybe they're going to add a little bit more detail to the graphics. Maybe they'll fix a bug or two that was in the original. Maybe a ability to save.
Okay, we are literally talking about Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2 Remake took the spirit of the original game and completely redesigned it and
Okay.
right? Silent Hill 2 Remake is exactly the same thing. Taking the classic Silent Hill 2 game and redesigning it and reimagining it for people who need more modernist things. I don't want
Oh my god, that's so funny. He complained about people wanting games to be modern in Dragon Quest 11. And I was like, yeah, we need this for people to be modernized. But again, like, he's bringing up other people, which is like my issue with a lot of this. He keeps talking about other people's experiences, but people tune into this about his experience with the game. Like, honestly, the biggest egregious thing is obviously, I'd be remiss to bring it up. Where is it? Where's my game of the year? Where is the GOAT? Oh my god, where's the GOAT? Where's the GOAT? It was this high up. Oh my god, I'm angry. I'm angry. There's no reason. Like, of course,
Love
he says
Hades
there's no
2.
order.
How could Hades 2 be one of your most disappointing games of the year? Okay? There's two reasons why. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the gameplay of the game.
Nothing to do with the gameplay. It's how it was released, and his audience did not clap for him when he played it. These have nothing to do with the game. Like, again, you watch all of these. They, at least to a degree, talk about the game. along the line, when he started streaming these in this kind of way, it became less about the game and more about the audience, which is the dumbest thing you can do in your disappointing game countdown. Like, come on. And he wants to be taken seriously. That's the thing. He demands to be taken seriously, and he acts like this. And then he's like, "Oh, it's so hard. It's such hard work, guys. I was busting my ass." It's nasty work. Nasty work. Now today, I'm predicting he clickbaited everyone today. He canceled the Arc Raider stream, and he changed it to like, DSP's going nuclear. I'm gonna call it right now. I don't think it's a drama stream. I don't think it has anything to do with Repsion or anything like that. I think it's gonna be him playing Fallout 3. That's my prediction. Let's jump in and get a little taste before I end the video.
As of late,
Whoa, uh-oh. About to be a nothing burger? Uh-oh. Oh god, I forgot it when I watch the stream.
content and it has
Oh my god.
focused incredibly heavily
What the fuck
on
is going on?
gaming, gameplay streams, chill vibes, interactive streaming with my audience and the like. And I think that's a good thing. I do. I think that we've done well, right? The streams have been doing great. Variety of content. This year, particularly in 2026, we're doing more different games, indie games and stuff. It's working. Like, I'm really liking what we're doing right
I'm
now.
gonna rewind a
All
little
right.
bit.
But last night, something
Oh.
popped into my feed, let's say.
Oh.
Something that I was actually blown away at.
I saw a clip, by the way, of Kino Casino dunking on Duty, if you will. Like, there was like, "Oh, Duty is doing this, it's fucked up." And I'm surprised I didn't even think about this. In a way, Kino Casino brought up something that DSP has been talking about for years. No! It's gonna be like, "See guys, I knew it! See what I'm talking about? Even Kino Casino agrees with me!"
At this, okay? And I stared at it, and when I saw it pop into my feed, I said, what the hell is this? Like, this can't be real. This is probably, like, fake. It's edited or something.
Time to dunk on
Right?
Duty
And so,
again, I guess.
I started to watch it, and I was like, this is real. And basically, I started to skim through it. And as I skimmed through this, I realized this was something that, like, was too good to pass up. This was
What?
something that absolutely I knew was something that I could add something to in a constructive way, in an interesting, informative way.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Duty thing.
As you know,
It's gonna be the Duty
over the
thing.
years,
I
I
knew
have
it.
reacted to content. I mean, for 2 years, I actually had a show called DSP versus the... And
Okay,
the show did all right.
Oh
Move
my
on.
god.
You know, get back to what I'm good at. It's really not done any kind of react. Hey, Phil, when are you going to do it again? Drama thing that's going on. This week, I found myself in a particularly unique situation. Even do that well. And I was like, oh, if I do a third stream, this is probably not going to go very well. Like, really, this probably
we
is
still
going to
don't know what he's
all
doing.
right, like, I think this stream will be slow. People will
What is he
complain. Why are you
doing?
doing this again? People are just not going to particularly be very interested.
Are you
Okay, that's
really
number
gonna
one.
do another
Number two,
DSP versus
I'm
the
not
internet?
actually kidding you when I tell you this particular video popped up randomly in my feed unprompted. I thought it was fake. All right? I really did. And then I hit play, like, no, it's real.
Oh
This is
my
interesting.
God.
And I didn't watch, for the record, I have not watched the whole thing. I skimmed through it and played on certain parts to see what was in it. And when every part I heard, I was
this
like,
is-
that's something I could say something
this is
good
getting
on.
worse.
That's something I could add something to, or I could comment on.
It is getting worse
I
and
got
worse.
that bug back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting
I got
that bug back.
That bug back.
I thought
to say,
gameplay
this
works.
is something that I want to do.
Okay,
I want to
okay. Oh my god. This is derailing this video pretty badly. I thought it was gonna be Fallout 3, but This dude is literally, if he's gonna do like our react thing, this is literally doing what Kino Casino told him to do, by the way. He's like, yeah, he says gameplay doesn't work. Gameplay works, idiot. And now he's like, I'm not gonna do gameplay today, guys. I'm gonna do drama.
I want to comment on something today, which I never do. Again, every other content creator does this. I really don't. I just do gameplay.
Yeah, because it's
I wanna do
related to
something
him.
different
I
today.
guarantee it's that
All
Kino
right?
Casino
Let's see how this
fucking,
goes. Now,
fucking clip. I guarantee it.
obviously, you're going to have people on the internet who are going to have opinions about this. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. All right? I have the right to do any kind of content that I want. If I feel like something is fun, yeah, I do. But hey, if something presents itself, something unique, something different is going on, and I want to comment on it, I'm going to comment on it.
Oh my god.
I have the right to do that.
You don't have to like
Now,
dumb me the
I'm not
shark
going to do
with
it always
DSP
like
politics.
I just did today. Like, for example, I dropped everything. I said, I want to do this afternoon for variety content. And I thought that this would be a good piece of content to put out. Some people might find
him
it that
saying
way.
I'm not gonna do this every day is kind of a red flag, meaning he's probably not gonna stick to this. He's probably gonna do it for this one time because the one clip is too good to pass up because it's literally the Kino Casino shitting on Duty for clipping them and re-uploading clips and all this other shit, which is literal drama that was talked about before. Like, DSP even responded to that because Duty did that with Keemstar. And all this other shit. Like, it's not news.
That way, and others might disagree. And that's okay. Again, that's your prerogative to decide for yourself if this is the kind of thing that you want to see from me or not. In fact,
If it really
I would go
is
as far
that
to
Duty
say,
thing, I'm
share
gonna,
your
like-
opinion on what I'm about to
I'm
do
gonna,
on this
like,
stream. I want to know
I'm gonna
what you
go
think. Do
crazy.
you like this? Do you not? Is this something that you would
Do
like
you
more
like
of in the
this?
future? Do you not like this at all? Do you want me to just stick to
Oh
game?
my god,
All right?
this is
Hey,
disgusting.
hold on. For me, saying, audience to be a part of the content here. You know, live.
Yeah, he wants the audience to be a part of
And
it so you can
aliens
blame them if they don't like it.
That's what you're hearing right now. Hold on.
This is really dumb.
Actually, I don't know what this music is.
This is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed.
I put it on supposed to be dark, ominous music. This is what it plays.
But
That's
remember,
what
guys,
happens when
he's
you rely
not a
on
drama
AI,
streamer.
right? You
He
never
doesn't
know
do
what you're gonna
drama,
get.
guys. He's not a drama tuber.
Let's do some AI music today. What the hell is this? Right?
It's
Okay.
AI music. What do you fucking
So
expect?
now I can go
dumb fuck?
between from here, right? And I can just go like this and talk. And I can swing back over here. And I can swing back and forth.
Notice
this'll
how he
work,
does
I
it? He's
think,
not going
right?
to the other scene because he doesn't
Cool.
want to spoil his fucking
All right,
dumb
folks,
shit.
well-
That's just about Duty. I love how this guy's whole content has been more about Duty than anything else.
Here we go. You ready for this? All right. Well, folks.
It's guys, it's even worse. It's
Now, hold
even
on.
worse. It's the LTG derangement syndrome. He loves LTG.
Before you say a word, it's actually not what you think it is. This is why this is going to be very unique. Okay?
Oh, what?
This is actually why this is going to be different than what you were expecting.
Oh my
Because
god.
you think, oh,
Dude,
look at this. What is this? Phil never does
I
this.
don't do drama. I don't do drama. Okay, guys, look at me. I'm doing drama today.
Oh my god, dude, he doesn't want to work. He said when people did drama videos, they decided not to do work and do easy content. Oh my god, this dude is so nasty.
It's not actually what you think. Are you ready for this?
And what's
This
worse?
is why I-
And what's worse? It's literally him. Oh my god, I don't even know what that is. I can't even read because it's fucking dumb fuck leaderboard. But what's even worse is his like smug, obnoxious attitude that you just want to
feel
punch
this
in
is
the
unique,
face.
and this is something that I wanted to do today.
Red Dale, or is it? Oh my god, dude, I feel so bad I derailed my video for this. This is like so bad. Because it's literally oh my god, dude, this is just basic bitch comedy hour.
Okay, guys, so LTG is reacting to Wings. No, okay, guys. I'm reacting to LTG reacting to Wings.
It's that level comedy. It's that level comedy. That's the comedy we're doing here. This is comedy hour. Like, dude, This is really embarrassing, and this is coming after years of bragging.
I don't do drama, guys. I don't do drama. I'm drama free. I don't do drama. Unlike Kino Casino, those dumb fucks, I don't do drama.
And then he's doing drama.
So, in an incredibly rare...
And how is it rare? How is it rare? First off, he watches fucking Lumix videos, and DSP has said multiple times that YouTube pushes toxic content. Was it unique that Cat saw a fucking duty video? I guess it is, right? Like, this is really embarrassing. DSP should just fucking end it at this point. End his career. Just say he doesn't want to play video games. And this is all because after the fucking Ripzion fucking paranoia segment. Oh man, I'm just gonna watch this after the fact and maybe do a video on it. But this is nasty work. This is nasty coming from Mr. I Don't Do Drama. Oh my god, dude, this dude has no morals. He has no standards, and he wants everyone else has to have these principle standards. Oh, they must never do drama. They must never do this. And then he keeps doing this shit. And then he has the gall to say, oh, once you put on the clown makeup, you can't take it off. I mean, I guess it's true, right? Look what he's doing. Like, it's so insane that this dude has the nerve, and then I guarantee you, his audience is gonna throw that back at him. It's like, so you guys don't want me to do drama, see? It's dumb, because it shows you how little he respects his audience. Because then what's he gonna say if everyone says, yeah, do it? They say, well, I don't want to do it. Since you guys want me to do it, I do what the audience wants. Just no backbone. Literally no backbone. He will just literally roll over, fucking suck your dick if you give him $100. Like, this dude has no standards, and then will like look down on you and say, you should have standards. Dude, you're eating shit. Why would I listen to you? Like, that's all this dude does, is just eat shit and tell you that you should be eating shit too, and that he's better than you. Like, this dude is a clown. Who in their right mind would literally sit there and listen to DSP? And it's so funny. You can just go back to these old videos. Oh my god, maybe not this
people
one.
together and how
Yeah,
social
not
connections
this
are
one.
so important.
Not this one.
Right? Again,
Right? But go to like... Okay. Like this era of DSP where he literally was just like, it's so funny. You go into these older videos and you can actually make the argument that all of these we wanted to do is play video games. But then you go to modern day Phil and it's whatever goes in his little pig brain. Oh, today I'll do like, this dude is so fucking lame. And it's just really disappointing. I thought it was gonna be Fallout 3, and I was expecting too much from Pigman over here.
Right?
We are still on this frame.
This way, at least I stand out as the person who's actually talking on the video, or else people might think it's LTG up there, right?
And then he insults the intelligence of his viewers for us. Dude, people are watching your stream right now. It's very obvious that you're the one talking. But again, I guess that makes sense because the average YouTube viewer is a dumb fuck.
So, Trials, thanks for $2. He says, I am so down for this. Hell yeah. Thank you to Trials.
Wow, all these people.
I appreciate that.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? He had a string of low support. Yesterday, he did actually make a lot of money, doing gameplay, right? And then today, he just decides to do drama. Isn't that funny? It's hilarious. And then he's gonna do this whenever. It's so fucking funny. This is, man, you know what? This is becoming a video on its own. So I think I'm just gonna let him do this and watch on my own and then, like, form a video. I may actually go far beyond a little bit better than this video, to be honest, and just kind of go through the transitions of him saying, I don't do drama, drama is dumb, to then doing drama. Because this dude is so fucking weak and desperate. Desperate. The king of desperation. You really can't spell desperation without DSP. But that is it for this video. Get hyped for the next video, I guess. Because DSP just can't fucking help himself. Let's see if I can get a Chuck sound clip. Chuck, what do you have to say about this?
He'll never change.
That's right. He'll never change.
What a sick joke.
Yeah. Chuck is never wrong. He's never wrong.
I am not crazy.
Exactly.